can iron out the Falcon what? Oh, oh yeah. We'll just keep rolling along, right? Smash website. Where's our Smash websites? Who doesn't know Lucina? Okay. And spread the link around. We're live. Oh, it's not picking up desktop audio? I don't know why it keeps doing this. I just want to know why. Hello? Okay. Can you hear any music on the stream? Can anybody? I don't know how they can preview a page before clicking on it so they can do that live. I don't know how to do that. I guess I could use some new tips. No music. What are you doing? Refresh. see. Why can't I get the audio to freaking do this? It's so annoying. Hey Tony, I'm trying to get this audio to work. Let's see, settings, desktop. Can you hear the music? Then it's not working. Huh? I'm getting it to work while I...
Whatever. Yeah.
It's your job, man. You're the tweeter.
Oh, yeah.
Other than just filling with the audio. Looks like the desktop audio is coming through. Check if the sound's coming
Should
through.
probably. Yeah, sound's coming through now. Gonna find some tech.
Do you have anybody in our chat?
Just Ranzo.
Cool.
Ranzo.
Let's get started. Alright guys. Oh, my webcam. What are you doing? What are you doing? There we go. Loading. Okay, so we got another session of Yellow Line here. No, you're not late at all, Renzo. And we're going to go over some of these new training drills, some of this new movement tech. We're also going to train out the movement. And
A lot of.
we're going to first go over some of the dojo check-in responses. So this is just something that keeps us all sort of connected to each other and understanding what each other are, what we're doing as a group. So I got here dojo check-in. Here we go. So, you know, we got our repeated members here. Tony, F Hero, Kirby Kid, and Empty Handed submitted twice. So everyone else needs to do their check-in, as you can clearly see here. But some people's hours are climbing quite high. My hours right now are at 34 on my system alone. You can add another like 16 or so from other systems, but it's not too high. If somebody's at 8, that's a good number. Stay in school, do your homework. We have priorities before the winter break. So this is what we spent time doing, I guess, averaged overall. A lot of people hardly use the website. A lot of people do some labbing, but the thing that people do most, it looks like it is just playing matches. Yeah, I'm doing some drills, so that's good. I like the spread. I like the spread and the variety we got going here. Goals for next week: test more characters, explore more characters, and take more notes. I got Mario and Young Link to Elite. I get caught in phases with Young Link where I want to play like Brawler and the lack of item play puts me at a disadvantage. We'll work to read the match pace a bit better and watch some better Young Link player matches. 24 hours this week, play time spent 100 daily story mode. Oh wow! Somebody already 100% of the story mode. That's crazy. Do movement drills with charge shot, put in some playtime with the other characters. Sounds like a Matt. That's good. Somebody's grounded, so they'll be studying videos and stuff. That's good. Do what you can with what you have. I think this is Hayden. Be able to short hop and fast fall consistently. So you can see we're all at different stages here, but we're gonna go ahead and work on that right now. We got a drill we're gonna work on and some movement. I'm gonna show you some of the new tech that's been flying into the website. Right over. I thought I had the website up. This needs to be the other website. Like this. So you can just type in like SSBU tech, like that, and you'll get hopefully a lot of general tech, even though people smother the hashtag all over the place on other things. But one thing you can do is use the advanced search and type in things like momentum and, you know, that. And you'll get people talking about momentum. And if you run neutral B with Roy Crom, you got momentum, that's a thingy. Professor Oates posted this with Yoshi Egg Toss changes. Professor Oates is a good Yoshi player. But the tech I want to talk about, I think it's in the 300s, right here, A reverse. I named it A reverse. This is where the original tweet came from. It's a demonstration of some tech found on Reddit. Art Attack discovered it. That's very good. Using this tech, you can do some really neat movement and mess with momentum. Okay, so essentially, it is this. You can cancel the dash attack in the first 2 frames, and it'll buffer an aerial depending on where you move your analog and C-sticking combination. You can buffer like dash bears. You can approaching bears like that. You can retreating bears like that.
Yeah, this looks sick.
For forward nair, you go forward and you do that. However, canceling your start, you also cancel all your momentum. So there's 2 versions. One where you keep your momentum, and one you cancel. One, if you keep your momentum, you can get shield grab, but if you cancel, you fly backwards like that. So that's what we're gonna talk about right here. Cool. So that technique is quite interesting. So I got my fox here. It's cool. It's clipping the very top of the video, so I can just like clip back. It's super convenient. I did not do that on purpose. So we got this video. Hey, Matty Ice in the chat. We're just going over some movement tech right here. You guys should be able to hear this, but I have music turned off, and this should be playing music. So, what I like about this movement tech, so I've been doing a lot of exploration with this. I've been doing this for the last like 3 or 4 hours just on the stage. And I was really investigating, like, is there a way to get something like a perfect pivot going on? It looks like so far the answer is no. I think I came up with a few cases where you can kind of move back and stick out a tilt, but it involves like, what do they call this? Like dash trotting in place and then doing something weird. But ultimately, there's this 15 frame window when all of your stuff becomes viable. Like 15 frames before you can shield, 15 frames before you can attack, you shield a little later. No, it's exactly 15 frames. And 15 frames before you can crouch, so that means you can like do that. And then 15 frames so you can turn around. So a lot of the game is going to be based around this sort of 15 frame timing window, and if somebody wants to dash back, dash forward, that's already 30 frames. So if you know your move wraps up before 30 frames like this, then you need to start, instead of biting on people doing all this movement like this, which is just very basic, you see the throw out a move and then back up, because you know after there, 30 frames are going to be right where they started, and you backing up will probably have the timing advantage if you use a down tilt frame pattern. So we got Fox here, and there's this other tech like that where you do a pivot slide like this, which you can only get if you're running for a bit, and then you cancel that with a forward tilt. If you do it just right, you slide forward like that. And slowly ramping up the complexity here on these examples. You doing it too, Marcus? Where'd Marcus go? Tony, you doing it?
I'm trying.
So yeah, first you gotta run and make sure your character's in the full run, then just practice looking at the skin animation like that. The skin turnaround.
Oh, like so you hit back like right before you do that tilt? The slide?
Just focus on the turnarounds first. And then just basically you have a small window to hit left. You have tilt stick on, right? Everyone should have tilt stick.
Yeah.
So right when you skid, you just kind of hit the tilt in the direction you want to do it, and it's got to be in the opposite direction of your movement. Because if it's in the same direction, you dash attack. Or you turn around tilt, which is not very good to say. It could be pretty good. So that's a thing, and then there's this extended tech. Like Fox's up tilt, he doesn't slide with it. It's much better with Kirby, but you can. So if you try to up tilt directly out of a dash, you realize you have to hit down first in order to get your tilts. With this one, you can do the turnaround. And when you do the turnaround, you have 2 different versions. One where he turns his back and one where he faces forward. Where's forward? No, that's not it. There we go. So that's another cool thing. If your character slides, this is much better. It's much more convenient. So that's a cool thing too, but then the next level of difficulty up is probably these dash walks. Notice how my character goes immediately from a dash to a walk. Oh, wait, first we gotta do these dash attack jumps. Which one's harder? Well, if you get... What?
Which two are you talking about?
We went from extended pivot tilts like this, sliding pivots, to now we're on dash walking. So dash walking is where you hit up or down on the tilt stick immediately after dashing, and you hold the direction you were going anyway. Your character will do this walk like this, instantly transfer into the maximum speed walk. It's pretty cool. That means you can do stuff like this. Instead of doing this, where you're stuck in the 15 frame chunk, and instead of doing this, where you extend it and you're stuck still in 15 frame chunks, but you've got a little bit more distance, you can basically subdivide this every point past about 15 frames. So dash walk and you just turn around whenever you want. So instead of doing these tight ones, you can do long ones like this. You can extend them like that. So I'm going to be practicing this a little bit more, but essentially it's a good thing to be like at the background of all your movement, especially if you're a quick character like Fox. I've noticed it didn't work at all with Incineroar. But now look at my dash dancing now; it's much less rigid. You can see that where I'm going to stop is much more ambiguous. The only hard part is when you turn around from the walking animation like this, your character actually skids for a little bit and he's still facing the same direction, so you can't flick the C stick during that time. Music is still a bit high right now. Hey.
What?
Trying to get the music levels right.
Oh, I muted the stream because I was hearing double.
Okay, just let me know if the music is still good. So
It seems fine to me.
This is a good. So, just getting an understanding of what your character is actually doing and what states they're in, like these weird scoot turnarounds, which I'll show you in slow motion. So you like dash, walk into a scoot turnaround. This is different from all the other sliding pivots. That right there. All the other turnarounds. So you can turn around like this. You can turn around like this. And this walking version is a little different from both of those. See that? It's fast, but it actually still has a little bit of stickiness, so you can't just jam the stick in the opposite direction and get good results.
So you can't do the what's the basically U-turn into tilt to extend tilt range. What is that called? Pivot tilt.
In the past we call it sliding pivot. It's an extended F tilt, so it's like an extended tilt. You can call it, what do they call it? Vivid boost or whatever, like that.
Yeah, I mean, just to say out explicitly, you can't. It doesn't look like you can pivot boost in your first 15 frames of the dash window.
Yeah, you have to be in your full run.
Yeah. Which is pretty interesting.
So right now, everyone probably should do this with Fox, just for the practice.
Yeah, I'm Fox right now.
Yeah, he's really fast and it's just really smooth. When you really start thinking about it and working this up slowly, you can start doing like this, where you can mix it in all these different distances, and I think it's really important. But here's another cool thing I discovered this morning, last night. This is what I call a giant step. It could be a flash step or whatever, but like that. Your character takes one step, and they basically cover half of FD. Like that. See that?
What the heck is that?
It's a giant step. It's the same thing as this little, what do you call it? I'm trying to keep all the names straight. Hold on, guys. This one's called a, Definitely not this. Where is the... Smash Bros. That's away from me when it's open. And this, right here, this is a list of all the tech from Smash. List of all the tech from Smash 4, and we had a running list last generation. I'm going through it and flagging everything for if it's still in the new game. So yes, 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 kinda, no, yes, kinda, no, yes, yes. A lot of things are there, so yes, 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 no, 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 yes, yes, no, no, no. And all the way at the bottom, I'm adding new tech right here. So far for Smash, we have a wave dash, which is back. It wasn't in the last list. Air charge soft landing, that's for all characters with charging, including Samus, Lucario, other characters, Beginner. Dash walk, which is what we're practicing right now. You dash and it instantly transfers to a walk. You can also call it a burst walk, skip walk, flash step, Shunpo, Sonido, Hai-Rin, Hyaku, Ho-Ho, or dash walk. Those are just a bunch of anime terms. Pivot boost is where you run and then you turn around. So they call it a pivot boost, where you get a boost on your forward tilt by pivoting. There is the Berry Reset, which is for King K. Rool and other characters. So it's a roll cancel boost grab. We're not going to worry about that because it's not really moving right now. There's untechnical knockback, there's launch speed, influence, LSI, there's momentum cancel. And then A reverse, which we're going to get to in a second. There's GAC, B reverse, air dodge cancel, double jump near ground. This is for Samus, Sheik, Kirby, to have the charge characters again. Easy shield stun shuffling Z dash is where you pivot backwards in Waveland, and people calling it Z dash or whatever, reverse Waveland. And then there's I reverse, which I kind of discovered-ish last night too, so I'll show you all those. This stuff is what we're actually looking on dash walk. Like this. There you go. Okay, so we've been practicing the dash walk. You get used to it about in a day, right? Just like smacking two sticks in two opposite directions. And I go like left and up, right and down, left and up, right and down. It's important to do that because Guitar Hero, if you ever play Guitar Hero and you try to do rapid sections where you strum in the same direction, you're basically wasting half your energy. And when you're picking your hand back up to strum down, 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 it's actually wasting the up motion. So if you do a down, up, down, up, down, up, it's efficient. Same thing here. Down, up, down, up, down, up on the right stick. Down, up, down, up, down, up, down. That. I'm actually going to hook up the thing Travis built for me so I can show you the inputs on screen. I'll do that for next stream. Dash walking is really good. So now we're going to talk about... I'm going to show you I reverse first before I show you A reverse. B reverse, I reverse, A reverse. So you guys know this is B reverse, right? Where you have momentum going one direction and you reverse it by tapping quickly the opposite direction right after you tap B. There's two quick taps. It's really weird looking with Fox because he's such a fast faller. But you can see stuff like that. You can wave bounce too like this, or you go backwards while shooting in the same direction. There's 4 different forms of B reversing. There's like, hey, I'll show you the video. There's B reverse, reverse B reverse, forward B reverse, and reverse forward B reverse because there's 2 different directions you can face. End up facing in 2 different directions you can end up moving. So that's why there's 4 combinations. Everyone should know about that one, but here's the Z reverse. I think you have to hit the Z button, which mine's grab, so I have to jump Z stick. Well, I call this I reverse because with items, but it's really just Using the 2-frame grounded A move, cancel window to dash attack or tilt to pick up the item. And you cancel that with it moving in the opposite direction. So apparently this same thing that we're going to be, that's allowing us to do some of these stops, are the same thing that's going to allow us to do all this new advanced tech. So with an item, you actually dash attack it, and you cancel that with a jump. So it looks like this. Let's see. Dash attack, the A button, jump. Like that. So it's an insta toss, but you move in the opposite direction. Stop that. Probably had a better scheme for this. Yeah, there we go. So I have 2 jump buttons, and I have 3 jump buttons, 1 grab button, and multiple shield buttons. Because I put shield on my D-pad instead of mostly taunts. So I gotta figure out the best way to do it. But right now I'm just dashing with the A button on the face, and then jumping with my trigger on the left, and then C-stick right.
Say that again.
Dash attack with the face button, jump with the trigger, and then hit the C-stick right. Like that. Okay, yeah. So these instant tosses from the, if you do anything from the A attack on the ground, you notice you can cancel smashes in the jumps. If you do it just right, you'll see that flash of brilliance. See that? Flash, and you can, there's 2 different types of flashes. One where you see a big round flash, and one where you see a teeny flash. That means I'm canceling on the first frame or the second frame. So you gotta get used to these 2-frame timings, because a lot of different tech uses it. And you gotta get used to what it feels like in your hand to do 2 different inputs with 1 to 2 frames of separation. Right now I'm just practicing the up smash, jump, up air, cancel. And once you get that timing, you're like, oh, I need to press it that fast for this one. And I dash attack and jump with that timing, and then you have it. So yeah, this is a really good way to practice your, and I'm mashing jump and A at the same time with the up stick. So it's up stick, A jump, all holding like almost everything simultaneously. But you can't do it exactly simultaneous because you won't get the spark, even though I'm getting the spark every time. Yeah. Is Little Max picture taking in the background interfering with my tech? Okay, there we go. So yeah.
What?
There's no picture taking in the background. That's, so I'm attacking it with the, you can also tilt it, so you can do a reverse tilt, the reverse, I think. So you dash forward, skid, C-stick to pick it up, C-stick jump, and then you re-C-stick. So let's see if I can do it. Oops. No, I jumped away. Let's try it. So that was an attack. So the attack came out, and I don't want the attack to come out. So let me try to get the ground attack. There we go. So I just healed my partner there. Depending on how fast you do the ground cancel, that's when you can do the instant toss throw. I think I need to throw in 2 different directions. What am I need to cancel the Z. Okay. So what I did right there, it's kind of crazy. You gotta, for your own control scheme, figure out how many different inputs you can spread across your controller to get a really efficient input. But I dash attack with this stick, I jump with the left trigger, and then I throw the item with my right bumper. So whenever you're doing really quick succession inputs, you always want to go left hand, or right hand, left hand, right hand. You always want to alternate, because that just makes everything much, much smoother. So again, I'll try this tech again. Let's see. Dash attack on the ground, please. attack, jump, and I gotta make sure I get the dash attack frames out. And then I gotta make sure I let go, I think.
Are you right C sticking right then left?
I think I'm gonna try to hit one direction for now. Like whenever you use the face button. Oops.
Ooh, I'm doing it.
You're doing it?
You're doing it, Peter. You're doing it.
Keep resetting the game. Stop it.
I don't know if this is the thing I was looking for. I was playing Snake today. Like, I need a way to quickly pick up his grenade and throw it back at his face.
See that? So I just did 2 of them on stream. There we go. So that's what I call a Z reverse or an I reverse. I reverse. I don't know which one's gonna stick. I don't really care. Yeah, that was cool. I did it. So yeah, these are the things we're gonna practice individually. So I'm just kind of showcasing right now. You can get a feel for which ones are harder for you than not. So here's the really cool stuff. Now we're gonna do A reverse. So we got B reverse, I reverse, Z reverse, and now here's A reverse. Pretty crazy. When you're running, same concept. Running full out, you can dash attack, and within 2 frames of that move coming out, if you cancel in the first frame, you can cancel into a jump. If you cancel your jump, you keep your momentum. If you cancel in the second frame, you kill your momentum, I think. So what you can do is essentially this. You can run forward. Run forward basically like this. Dash attack. And then reverse direction. That was a perfect triangle. You can see Fox got all the way back over here, from all the way over here, and I had no wasted momentum going forward. See that? It's like I bounce off an invisible surface. You couldn't do this before in any other Smash game, I don't think. Yeah, so when you get it working, it looks like 1, 2, like that. See how you use like reverse directions and kick? The bad ones, he floats kind of in place. But the good ones, you just move sharply in the opposite direction. But you can move in the same direction too. What was the input? Can you hold that still? What? So this is the one that video was describing. You can cancel the first 2 frames of a tilt or dash attack with a jump.
So the A from the dash attack is doing the aerial. You're not hitting A again.
You're not hitting A again with the face button. You're holding. Well, the video says I'll buffer aerials depending on where you move the stick.
Yeah, the jump.
Yeah.
I'm jumping and not hitting anything else, and then the air attack coming out.
Yeah, it keeps it. Yeah, because it's holding the buffer.
Ho 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 ho.
So you'll know when you do it when Fox doesn't have any carry forward momentum, and this if you hold the. Do I have to hold the right stick? There we go. Okay, so if you want a neutral air out of this is super strange. Normally when you hit the C stick, you get an attack in that direction, but because we're buffering it, the jump squad is kind of like eating the directional input and it's leaving you just with the button. So if you hold the C stick for your dash attack, it looks like this. You come to a dead stop. Nope. No, that's not a dead stop. Yeah, you come to a dead stop, it kills all the momentum, and then neutral air is in place. So that's when you can do some of these fadeaways. Yeah, you have to let go of the left button.
Wasn't this triangle thing fading away just as much?
Oh, so this, yeah, the
dash attack. So
the A reverse completely reverses your momentum because you're stopping with the same stop tech, but then you're jamming your control stick in the opposite direction. This one, if you want the neutral layer to go up first and then fade away, you have to dash attack, and then fade. What's the input? It's dash A like this. You can just practice it in place, actually. If you hold forward and just jump in place, you should get these neutral layers if you time it correctly. It's 1, 2, 1, 2, but it's 2 frames, so you gotta get it. And then you just do it after letting go of the left stick. There you go. Okay, that's good. Break it down to pieces. That wasn't a good one. That was a little better. There we go. Perfect Fox close fade away. That was not a perfect. And this perfect. I'm letting go of the right stick. Let's try it again. Work it up from the base. 2, 3, 4, 5, 5.
Oh, you can do for tilt too.
Can't do 10. It's fast. I think I'm doing it too fast, actually. Yeah, there was a time when I was like doing Greninja combos and things and mashing the jump button too fast, and you realize, yeah, 2 frames is fast, but it's not that fast. Like you can, if you do it too quickly, you can almost hit it simultaneously. So you can see it now working in action. You can see Fox stop. And if you get used to the way the animations look, it'll help you with your timing because Fox can't move faster than your fingers. So that means you're probably moving fast.
So how are you doing the stop version?
So first I practice the neutral air by standing in place. And then I do forward tilt, but I'm canceling the first 2 frames of it into a jump and holding the C stick forward. So like this. Holding the C stick forward and just tapping the jump button with my left trigger. That's how I'm getting it with 2 different.
Why does that get in there?
Because that's just how it is. I think it's saying, oh, you didn't mean to go forward on the stick. You actually meant to jump because you clearly hit jump. But then the A input is still sort of lingering, and it erased the input for the C stick. And I think you can do it with A too. So like, let me see if that's true. I don't think you can do it with A then. Huh. Oh, so it's just a stick tech. Okay, makes a lot of sense. Wait, I just did it. Or did I just Fox stop? Yeah, you can do it with just A, but obviously you're neutral area at that point.
God.
Okay, so that's the basics of that. And I'm gonna try another one. So here's the cool thing. Apparently the video's like you can buffer cool movement out of it. And you can C-stick, hold, dash, C-stick backwards, jump, hold right, which is the direction you're going. And you get an instant raw bear. So if you C-stick in the same direction you're running and you cut back, you'll get an instant raw bear, but you don't have to cut back, you can just scoop over his head. Like that. You can instant bear this. I was trying the instant bears before, but this is a little different. Yeah, that's an instant. So this was the tech I was practicing before, where you get instant bears. You, from standing, dash attack, zero frame dash attack. So like this. You want to input forward and C-stick at the same time, so you instantly get a dash attack. So slowing down time on this particular movement, I don't think it works. It just turns into an S-smash every time, but that's not how it works when you play it in normal time.
Yeah.
Be careful. It's not the same when you go frame by frame. So when I hit both sticks in the same direction and I cancel with the jump, I do the same technique but from standing. That means you can actually scoot forward, right? Scoot forward, instant cut back. So check this out. You can do these tiny little cutbacks like that. Dash immediately out of the way like an inch, then instantly cut back. Oops. Like that. And see how I bared left on that one? You can control which attack you do, which direction you go, and how much you stop. There's some combination that does every single one, I just don't know them all yet. So when you're standing, you just go like this. That gets you out of the way and kicks right back into space in case people are trying to kick you. That's a cool little loop-de-loop. And yeah, there it is. See the sharp version is so much farther? It's crazy. Yeah, that's crazy. Dash away, come back. You can even delay the timing as long as you delay the timing of your dash. That's crazy. Dash attack jumps. There we go. Okay, so that's, now I'm gonna try to do bears moving forward and then bears retreating. That was a jump forward, bear to the right, fade backwards. That's crazy. And then you stop on the dime too. So the same timing you do to dash walk is the same timing you're gonna need to flick the jump button after you do the dash attack. That's why it's really important to get dash walking down first. So like, oh, this is slow tap 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 tap. You can hear it. Like that. So you gotta make sure you listen to the sound of the controller. And then you gotta also make sure you look at the frames of animation to sync everything up. And then when you get it, it's just like that. Momentum something. I don't even know what that is. So I'm gonna try to dash forward, up air, A reverse up air. So it's dash forward, backwards. There, so dash forward. I think I have to initiate the dash attack with the A button. Dash forward. Tap up on the stick to dash attack. Oh, you don't dash attack with up on the stick, that's why nothing's happening. Dash attack forward. Yeah, and rock it up. Maybe I can do it like this. And then that's my jump button, so I can't figure it. I don't know if you can do a reverse up air actually. Because you need to dash attack, cancel the first two frames of dash attack. How do you get a dash attack without hitting the A button?
C stick?
You see this? See this? I did 2 wave bounces with the neutral B. Yeah, I'm trying to save the C stick. There, see that? It's crazy. It's because I have special on the trigger over here. Maybe that's not so good.
No.
Okay, so let's try the dash attack. Let me just try to do the stop, the jump version.
So are you supposed to be able to do this hold, stick, jump, neutral air out of a dash?
Hold, stick, jump, neutral air. Yes. The one that's on the screen. So you dash forward like this, C-stick, you hold it backwards, then you tap jump, and then you keep holding right with the main stick. So, oh, that's the raw bear. You trying to talk about the neutral air?
Yeah.
So you have to completely let go of the left stick after you do your dash attack, and I think that's how you get your dash attack. Then yeah, like that. Not bad. What is the input? Oh,
This is the one where you hold C-stick,
backwards, yeah.
and then Like, you do it stationary. I'm not getting it out of dash.
You saying you're doing it stationary, it's not nary?
I can do it stationary, but I can't do it at a dash.
Okay.
Yeah, it is the same timing as run walk, whatever the heck it's called. Dash walk. What is it called? You dash and then you walk.
I have no idea. So this. Doesn't seem to be working with up there at all. I don't think you can do it. Okay, so let's get back to the basics. Dash dash. There we go.
Man, that thing was. Calm down, Fox. We're trying to be all technical and junk.
Always this guy.
Ice climbers and Fox. Don't know what to do with themselves.
Why is my thing not working? Cancel the 2 phrases that jump and you hold it? Why is it working? You hold forward? No. Dash, C-stick, back, no direction, jump. You was dashing forward, back. That's weird.
Can't see the video. That was the purpose.
Yeah, it's right here.
I can see the words. Dash C stick, no direction.
Dash, C-stick, back, no direction, jump. Instant rar nair. It's not a rar nair because rar is you gotta reverse your body position. You see he does it here.
I guess he turns left for a tick.
Is that what the C-stick back does? It turns your character around for a reverse tilt? But then, since you're holding back...
It doesn't, though. Well,
It looks like he's dashing back.
yeah, that's what it looks like.
So, like... dash
Because
forward,
that doesn't turn you...
like that. Okay, so when you say C-stick back, it means after you turn your character around anyway. What the heck? You should have explained that. So like you can dash forward, dash back, and then C-stick back towards the character you're fighting, I guess. Wolf's on the right side for me. Like that. See that?
That's it.
Yeah, there you go.
Me.
So this is a it really starts to bleed together unless you work it up from scratch. So this one's a, why can't I do that facing forward? So maybe I can like this.
Okay, I see.
Yeah, at some point they stop becoming random inputs and they start making sense. Which is why it's really important to just look at what your character's doing. Like that. 1, 2, 3. Yeah, well, after you flick the left, you just let go of the control stick completely. So this one's pretty easy.
Ooh, okay, okay.
So,
Finally got the dash nair. Stop.
I didn't realize I was watching this whole thing in my stream monitor and it's like a slightly lag behind. But it shouldn't matter for this. Like that. You just think, oh, just put the stick in the other direction and let go of the control stick. Because neutral, you always let go of the control stick, right?
Did we get to the mega step? What happened to mega step?
Oh, I showed you the right here. Okay.
Yeah, but how do you do it? You didn't say how to do it.
It's a dash walk, but you hold slightly forward on the control stick a little bit longer, and then let go before he starts running. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
It's really just the normal things, but it looks. So here's the benefit of the mega step, the giant step. Where am I taking that from? Giant something, giant swing. I think for that tech, I'll show you. I said grand step. If you dash walk trot and hold the left stick a bit longer before letting go, with Fox at least, you'll take one grand sliding step forward, almost half the size of FD. The distance when you dash in the opposite direction near the end. The distance is variable in the length of the normal tap versus the max size. So you got all that variation you can land on. When you dash in the opposite direction near the end, you won't have to tap down and you won't suffer the turn on skin animation that you would if you were in the full run. It's probably the easiest, smoothest option. Going for... Oh, you can do a long standing grab with this too. It's pretty cool. I'll show you. So, where's my grab? Giant step. Oh man, it's so weird when you have to put one more piece. I was just doing it. So like, see how here when he grabs, it's actually the dash attack when you go dash. Wow, I forgot all my inputs. So that's a standing grab, but if you do it too early, it's a dash grab. You don't want that. Yeah, that's a dash grab. So what you want to do is a sliding standing grab. So you giant step and you wait towards the end of it. Oops, how do you giant step? Like that. So it's one giant step for a man. Like that. See that? It just looks like you just glide at him and you do a standing grab whenever you want to past a certain point. So like it's really just a giant step. This is where they do pivot walking, where you giant step and you go left, right, left, right, left, right. You're supposed to keep your momentum. That was a brawl thing. See that?
Yeah. What do they call that? Little, not crab walk. Pivot walking. Crab carry, pivot walking.
Doesn't look like Fox has it that much. Okay, so the giant step into its standing grab. There's probably more stuff you can do. So here's the cool part, what I was saying about the turnaround. If you giant step, if you turn around, see how the skin animation says walking skid? So you go giant step, and he kind of slides in the back while turning around. That's still a slide, so you can do. You can still, I think you can slide and pivot off that. But you have to turn around. So giant step. Giant step. I'm not hitting left. Maybe you get a little extra. Maybe I'll just try giant step skidding. The whole thing with the giant step is you don't skid, so I don't think this is an actual way to get your pivot tilt. So the cool part about the dash walk is you go into a walk, right? When you walk, you always do a standing grab, right? So that is it's basically what the giant step is showing you here. If you're in a walking state, then all your grabs are standing. So you can even crank this control stick pure forward, right? And get a sliding standing grab pure forward. Like that. That's a running standing grab, basically. Give it. Yeah. That's good to know. That means you measure the distance. You're like, I want a standing grab there, and you just know that your technique will get you there.
Okay. All right.
And that should be. That should be how you work it up from stuff like this, standing still, things like this, to whatever the other ones were. It's just so hard to remember. The only other thing I was looking at is how does perfect pivoting inputs mess with the dash walking. So you can do this. Check this out. You can do a perfect pivot dash walk. Hold on. And you can like that, where you do that little scoot ahead of time. But there's 3 things that can happen. Your character can go into a fast walk, or I found that you can go from a walk to a dash. That's what I want to master. That. So weird. Okay, so I think it's actually looking at the acceleration of your analog stick. If you do the perfect pivot input like really fast and reach the end of your stick length, and then you do the tap up stick, you're gonna go into a walk. But if you go slightly less than full, and then do the same pivot walk, let's see. I think you can accelerate into a full dash.
Doesn't look like.
Hold on, you'll see it if it ever happens. So maybe it's this.
Oh wow!
What?
Finally did the dash in place neutral air. Dash momentum cancel neutral air. Neutral air.
Yeah, you see the crispiness? So these are these weird, if you do these perfect pivot inputs, and you put the dash walk input in the second one only, I'm doing the first one for no reason.
You know they're protects, right?
Yeah, higher damages, people are knocking people off platforms.
Yeah, some moves like Incendiary Wars Nair
Yeah.
knocks out, protects out platforms and stuff like that. It's just not like jabs anymore. This little Mac.
So if you do a dash walk on your second dash on your perfect pivot, Fox will go into a walk. Which seems like it's a faster way to get your max speed walk than just cranking the stick. Look how slow this is when I crank the stick. Like this. See that? How you slowly go into your max walk speed? And I still don't even think that's that as fast as it could be like that. But if you do this perfect pivot style, you go faster more quickly. Oops. So if you do multiple of these weird things, your character will look like he's spinning in circles. That was weird. And that should be all the craziness for today. Yeah, I gotta practice it better to know more and more what's happening. But you saw some of the crispiest retreating bears you've ever seen using this technique. Or you can bear over his head. Perfect raw bears, right? And one thing I was doing before was like just picking a spot and going triangle, triangle that every single time. What's the input? I don't even remember the input. Yeah, I was doing these like perfect triangles, like yeah, and dashing away. It was really cool. Yeah, trying to get some extra slide in different places. You want to try that Captain Falcon drill? Save it for tomorrow, because there's always tomorrow.
Yeah, save it. Yeah, you can save it.
There's this thing.
Sorry, I ate the. Gotta eat some dinner.
I gotta make dinner. The only thing extra I'll show is the Kirby's.
I can't believe. That was fart grab again. Oh, he has a sliding up tilt.
Yeah.
Oh, interesting. Yeah, Fox didn't have it.
You face forward. Hold on, if I wait, I'm perfect pivoting. There, see that? The sliding forward-facing up tilt, which gives you maximum frame advantage and combo ability. There's a reverse. There's the forward. You got the difference between them is I think another 2 frames, right? You do it on the second frame or the first frame. So Kirby slides all over the place. His dash walk looks like this. Not as fun. But he actually moves quite. He actually moves quite a lot.
Can't believe everybody's putting Kirby in bottom tier. That's. Gotta land a couple of those down tilts, a couple of them up tilts, get an edge guard. I don't know if you can edge guard Fox anymore. That new Fox Fire is pretty dense.
Yeah, I'll have to do with a rock or a blade.
Yeah. And then he gets hit up, just illusion slowly back into your life.
Kirby sliding forward tilt is one of the most slideys I've seen.
That's pretty good. Lil Max.
Yeah, he has that.
Really good.
Yeah, he's the primo.
Did you see that new tech history where they showed his dash tilt and then they showed his pivot slide tilt, and then they showed the third stage which he went even further. I don't even know what that third one was.
Yeah, let's go to Smash Bros. Go to Smash 2.
Chimmer check. Little Mac. Ooh, what is that? What is that? Or what is that? What is this text? What is this level?
People like using the handout level as a green screen. Yeah, where is that text? Did I flag it on? Did I flag it as a thing to put in, but I haven't put it in yet?
Where did I see it? Well, I get Twitter in the database, so.
Sliding spot dodge from that right here.
Sliding spot dodge, as the name implies, is a Little Mac movement option that allows him to perform
Pretty sure it wasn't a YouTube, but we'll see.
Run while keeping a bit of his momentum by sliding forward a little bit. To perform this, quickly roll your control stick downwards during a run and input a spot dodge. You have to be very quick though, otherwise Mac will just stop on all momentum. You'll know you successfully inputted it.
Quickly roll the control stick down and do a spot dodge. That's all you need to do for that. Is it just worse for other characters? Because he only has a map.
Try right now for Kirby.
Okay.
Or Kerbut.
How do you spot dodge? So you're dashing. What's the fastest way to spot dodge? looks like he stops in place no matter what.
And input a spot dodge. You have to be very quick though, otherwise Mac will just stop on all momentum. You'll know you've successfully inputted it if you hear the skid animation and the smoke jaws come out. This tech can be used to either cross up opponents or get past projectiles more easily. Unfortunately,
I think that was it.
Oops. Let me show me again.
So like
Actually, I'm a little left.
right here, Kirby's foot kind of stays in place, but if you do it while running, the skid style will let him stop right where his front foot is. But if you do the that, see that? Probably like two centimeters.
Kirby spot dodge is hilarious.
I think that was it.
Yeah, it's a little bit of the scoop.
Yeah, because when you do it standing, it just looks like this. You can clearly see his root. Yeah, I don't know where that tech is. Where's that tech?
Lost to the ether. Maybe that's one of those ones the guy's like, oh, it's fake. Erased his tweet, so you erased his post.
Yeah, I'll find it though. Okay, so that's it for today's stream. We're going to I'm going to break it down piece by piece, explain which things you probably learn first, give you easy ways to check if you have those down solid before moving on. Don't worry about getting to the highest level. It'll come in time if you just work on the solid underlying pieces. And always when you're working on tech, there's two main hurdles. Getting it really natural and smooth, maybe three. Expressing yourself effectively through the technique instead of just spamming it. And then three, using it in actual matches as an actual advantage, thing you should use to get the advantage. So that'll come later. Good stream, guys. I'll see you next time.
Later, everybody.